Okay, so we're at E Beach, Malibu, California. There's not a lot of waves, but we don't care because we have the GoFoil speed needle board and the big foil wing. Plus, we have the TowBoogie that we can use to tow ourselves into waves or whatever waves there aren't. Doesn't matter, we can water ski if we want to. It is basically a remote control surfboard on steroids with two props, BLDC 6384 120 kV motors, and left side prop or port side prop for red and the starboard side for green. And we have a control box with the 12S 8P battery, 42A moly-cell lithium-ion batteries, 50.4 volts and 33.6 amp hours. And we have two Flip Sky 75100 controllers. They are able to handle 75 volts and 100 peak continuous amps, or 250 peak continuous amps. We've got two of them, one for each motor here. And they are controlled by the BRE remote receiver there. And the controller transmitter is there. It transmits at 2.5 gigahertz. Anyway, we have the antenna here and transmitter here, which sends a signal to the receiver. The receiver takes 5 volts and sends a PPM, pulse position modulated signal, to the ESC receivers. They send a PWM, which is pulse width modulated signal, over 3-phase through these wires and into the motors. Into these motors. This is the starboard motor because it's green, and it is a BLDC 6384 120 kV motor. 120 kV motor. That kV is not kilovolts. It stands for 120 revolutions per volt. We're sending at least 50. We're sending 50 volts in there. 50.4 volts in there. So that's 6,000 RPMs, something like that. At any rate, it is yank your arms out of its socket power. Haha. Because we have the motors mounted underneath. And we take the battery box with controllers. That heatsink I made myself. Ugh, it's kind of ugly, but it works. Crank it down really hard. And we have these power connectors with three wires connected because we use a 3-phase PWM signal. And we connect them right in there. I 3D printed these suckers myself, and they work. I did not expect it to work that well because first time with a 3D printer. Anyway, there we go. Now this guy has steering capabilities invented by my friend Ludwig in Germany, whom I've never met in person, but we talk a lot on the internet. Anyway, you hit the gas and both the propellers spin like hell. Whoa, there you go. Doesn't come up on camera, but it's got steering capability. You turn, push forward, and it retards one of the propellers. Or you pull backwards and it retards the other propeller. There you go. It's actually spinning a lot faster. It just doesn't look like it on camera. Anyway, steering capability, it's about 100, maybe 200 yards range. Like I said, a super remote control surfboard on steroids. This thing will get me airborne. I can water ski behind it for at least 3 hours. Awesome. And the way you do it is you set up this software, VESC, designed by Benjamin Vetter, and you connect it to the laptop and you plug it into the USB-C port here. Fairly straightforward, but there are like 10 bazillion different connections and settings that need to be made as far as the current levels and the voltage levels and the RPMs and the wattage and the temperature and the BMS, that's battery management system, as well as FOC, which is the field oriented control. And all of these tabs have different settings that need to be set properly, otherwise you'll destroy the electronic speed controllers, burn out a resistor or blow up a capacitor, or both, which are very bad. Also the general settings for the pulse position modulation for the controller. Okay, so once we have configured the electronic speed controllers, it's time to configure the receiver board for the steerable remote control. And we do that via USB-C cable into the laptop and using the Arduino IDE 2.3.2. And as you can see on these tabs here, there are a whole bunch of tabs over the top, and each one of them has a computer program written in Turbo C++, written by Ludwig Brescher. And he's got about 5,000 lines of code, all of these different files, which are all these are sketches that needed to be compiled and uploaded into the EEPROMs in both the receiver and the transmitter. And once you get that done, we're able to go fly. Yeah. Whoa.
Launch Maverick on alert 5.
Get a bearing on Hollywood Wharf, and launch the rescue helicopter immediately.
Yep, all kinds of power. All kinds of power. Woo! How it can move.
rotation. Too powerful for the props. I don't know how fast we're going. We're fast enough, easily fast enough to catch these layers. Let's go.
090 at 180 miles.
Going into a wave
I'm going
here.
after him. I'm bringing her out to the left. We got 4 on our tail. That makes 6 of them. We
Ready,
think it's
clear?
working in the guns range.
Ready, clear? Oh, shit.
This is the power of the TowBoogie. You can ride a wave like this and have that little sucker follow you, like I'm doing, because I don't want to paddle back out. Hey, come back here. Come pick me up. Control TowBoogie, like a surfboard on steroids, like a remote control surfboard on steroids. With a remote controller. Ha 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 ha. Come pick me up. Let's get steering capability. Whoa, turn left, turn right. Ha ha ha. Awesome. Awesome. Jesse is a genius. Ludwig is a genius. Benjamin Vetter are geniuses. Super geniuses. GoFoil.